Welcome to an extra cheesy episode of the You Name It show. Starring... I was going to go into the starrings. All right. There's no stars. It's just me and Davin.
Extra cheesy. I love that.
Yes, whatever that means.
Not
I don't know
cheesy.
what that means. People used to say that all the time, and I don't know what they mean by cheesy.
Well,
Weird.
it could be a good nickname for someone.
Yeah, if your name's Wheezy.
Wheezy cheesy.
I remember people would say things like, "It ain't easy being cheesy," and other weird shit like that. All right, enough of that. Enough of that talk. Let's go right into the meat of it. Let's get this out of the way. I got married.
That's why we missed last week's episode.
It's my fault. I was busy getting married. Nuptials take a long time.
And you did it right.
Yes, we did it with nobody else's permission. We did it. We did it with nobody. We invited no one. So
no one can get offended. No one can be pissed that they weren't invited.
So were you mad at me?
I was furious, Jerry.
Yeah,
dude,
you sound it.
Yeah, I was so Vicodin'd up, I didn't care.
You were Vicodin'd up. Wait, you weren't Vicodin'd up on Friday, on April Fool's Day, because that's when we got married to fool everybody. We did it that day so they wouldn't believe it. You weren't Vicodin'd up until Saturday.
Saturday was the day. Yes, that's true.
That's the day that my dream came true for you, which was you got to do drugs, because I talk about it all the time on the show.
And I got to tell you, Vicodin and Valium are fucking awesome.
You sound like Chris Farley for a second. Remember when you mixed Vicodin and Valium that one time? Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Oh, and that started from my Fort Lauderdale trip, but we can get into that later. I got to hear about your marriage, though, because you did it the right way. You did it on April 1st, April Fool's Day, and I'm sure there's people that thought, what the fuck?
Yeah, we did a lot of things to misdirect. We didn't dress up at all, except for we wore stupid party hats that said bride and groom on it. We surprised everybody, including our two kids, and then we just posted on Facebook. And for the first hour after we posted, everybody was going, "This isn't real. This is stupid. This is bullshit. This is not real." They would not do that. And then someone started catching on and went, "Wait a minute, it is real. We can see him signing the marriage certificate and all that stuff." And then they all showed up. Not all of them. About, I don't know, 8 people showed up who were in the neighborhood, because we didn't invite anybody over. So,
well, you kind of hinted to me that something was changing, because I kept wanting to do a show. Let's do a show. We got to get a show in.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're like,
I couldn't say anything.
It's not going to happen. I'm like, we're in town for the same time. We got to do a show. Right.
And there was a hint. Well, actually, you just kind of caught right on and said it on the phone when I was turning you down for the show. You were just saying, "You're getting married, aren't you?" And I didn't say yes, but I didn't say no. I just let it hang there, and this way I won't lie to Lisa. But you kind of had to know, because we need to know when we're going to do a show.
Yep.
What am I supposed to say? Make up something stupid like, "Oh, well, I got diarrhea right now," or something. I can't do a show for the next day or two.
Put me off for 3 days, yeah.
Yeah, so now we're doing the show. This is the after marriage show. My whole life has changed, and now I have this thing on my finger. I did tell Lisa what you said about the ring, though.
Okay, what'd she say?
Because I came into work and saw you after that, and you said something like, "Well, look, a married man." And I said, "I have to wear this now." And you immediately got all dad on me and said, "Make sure you don't catch that on anything at work."
It's true, because I remember we had a lighting guy that caught his fucking ring. He was hanging some lights off of some truss, and they started bringing the lift down, and his ring caught on one of the cables and ripped his finger off.
Yeah. We don't need that at all. But I do love the story because you said finger the way you always say it, too.
Finger? It's the New Jersey accent bullshit.
Yeah, because there seems to be no G in your pronunciation of finger. You're not the only one. I don't know if that's new. Maybe it is, because the guy that I hear say that is Opie from Opie and Anthony, and he's from New York or New Jersey, maybe.
Yeah.
I know it's out there somewhere.
And they also do the water.
Finger. I don't want to get my finger torn off.
Don't want to do that.
So, did you go fishing?
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to tell the listeners, no fish.
No fish is the answer. I was going to say 6 fish in the opening just to throw you off, because you would have went, you got it backwards, stupid, it's no fish.
Well, come to find out, you can't bring fishing poles on the water taxi in Fort Lauderdale and cast.
Did you ask?
They don't allow you. Well, no, the water taxi was $26.
Oh, man, you could charter a boat for that and go fishing.
Exactly. Without all these stupid people around you looking at stupid tourist site things as you pass by and the lady announces shit, scaring the fish away.
Exactly. I hated that whole... You know what I hate? I hate any kind of a shuttle. A shuttle service to anywhere. Hate it.
Oh, you get fucked all the time.
It's terrible. And so when I got here to Birmingham, Alabama today, and we had one of our product specialist people who were showing up, and she's at the airport. I see her out front by all the transportation, and she's saying, "Oh, you're going to go on the shuttle?" And I went, "Nope, I'm not doing that shuttle. You come with me." She's like, "What? No. It's a shuttle. We have to take the shuttle." I go, no, you don't. Just come with me.
Come with me. I'll expense it.
Yeah, so I went and got a cab, and she got so worried about this whole cab. And then she was asking me if she could give me money for the tip that she would have given the shuttle driver and all this. And I go, no, it's not that big of a deal. It's a cab ride. And even if I was paying for myself, I would have still taken her. You know?
Okay, so to the listeners, these shuttles, these super shuttles.
That's where I was going, was the super shuttle. So tell them,
You save, it may be like $14 for them to drop you off instead of paying $26 to take a cab. Problem is, you get on the super shuttle with 12 other fuckers, and they go in order of wherever they want to go. So you're going to Compton and dropping off this crack whore, and then you've got this other person that's staying at the Ritz-Carlton that's a cheap ass like me. Or, you've got all these other stuff, and inevitably, you're the last fucking drop-off.
Yep.
And you've spent an hour and a half on a fucking blue van with yellow writing, going to other people's houses on your way.
Trying to save $10.
To save $10. No.
Yeah, that sucks. That could be the name of the episode. Super Shuttle Sucks. Because it does. Yeah.
And they make it cheaper. They're like, well, if you buy a round trip, you can take the super shuttle back, but then you got to leave for the airport like 4 hours ahead of time because you have no idea how many people or stops they're going to fucking make.
Right. I can't remember if I've said this on the show, but I did have a super shuttle thing happen last 2 years ago in Anaheim. The last time I touched them, because I didn't know what they were. And I went down to ask about whether or not there was a cab problem, like getting a cab, because I think I had a earlier flight or something like that. And they said, no, the super shuttle, though, that's what you should take, not knowing that I'm talking to the super shuttle person.
Yeah.
So I got on that stupid thing, and I was timing it the same way I time a cab or a regular hotel shuttle, and that thing filled up with 15 people, and then we started a bunch of people from the hotel, and then we started driving in these neighborhoods and picking up people at their houses. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on with this? And I ended up being like really close to where I could be late for this flight. It was pissing me off. So super shuttle sucks. That's all I have to say about that.
Cab drivers suck too, though. Uber has got it down, man.
Yep, Uber's way better. Cab drivers, you know what I had today with the cab driver too, is this the awesome thing that they do to you when they find out where you're going and they don't like it. Because he goes, I said, you take credit card, right? Yes, he does the square thing. And then he's saying, it's going to be an extra $2 for the airport. And I go, okay, that's fine. And it'll be about a 10-minute drive, which is really good for you, but not very good for the cab driver because it's just a bad trip to take and you don't make any money. And I'm just like, okay, what do you want me to do? Apologize to you? I'm very sorry that you're not going to be able to rake in some more cash, but I still got to get to the Westin. Jesus.
Oh, my guy coming out of Fort Lauderdale takes credit cards, get to the airport, and he pulled the game. He did the game, and I called him out on it. I'm like, okay. He's saying, it's credit card is not working. It's not working. And he pulls up next to another cab to see if the other cab driver will run my card through his machine. Yeah.
Really?
I'm like, just give me a receipt. He goes, you don't have cash? I'm like, no, I'm not playing this fucking game with you where you pretend your credit card machine doesn't work because you don't want to pay the $3 service fee.
Yeah.
And I said, I have cash, but I'm not paying you cash because if I do that, now I have to fill out an expense report. And it's more paperwork on my end. So either give me a receipt or pop your fucking trunk and let me out. Suddenly, a receipt appeared. He got no tip.
So he actually ran the card. How did he give you a receipt? That's what I'm confused about, is the receipt thing.
He ran the card, but he couldn't add a tip in there. And he was telling me he couldn't print a receipt. And then all of a sudden a receipt popped out when I started getting really angry with him.
Oh, and he would have taken extra cash, too. He was pretending like he didn't even run the card.
Yeah.
What a dick.
So, and then I get a call 2 days later saying my card was compromised, that they need to send me a new corporate credit card.
Holy shit, what a pain in the ass.
So I had to pick that up before I made this trip. I'm in Austin right now. Where are you at?
I'm in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh my God, I've never done that show. That just sounds like hell.
You know what's weird? It's really hard to walk around with a banjo on your knee, though. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because I came to Alabama. All right, you get the joke. I don't have to sing it.
Well, just remember to do your laundry in the sink because people like that.
Do the laundry in the sink. There's so many of you guys that do that. You're insane.
So, because we missed last week, I did not get to tell you all the adventures at the end of my Fort Lauderdale trip.
Okay, well, wait. Right before we do that, let me knock out two things that are less about travel and more about regular stuff just for a second, so these guys have non-travel talk to listen to for a second.
Okay. Try not to be cheesy.
But let's tease that a little bit, though, too.
Okay.
And say that, because I know what your story is going to be, and we'll say that it involves a plunger. So,
yes.
No one's going to tune
teaser.
out now. No one's going to tune out. They're going to look forward to the plunger. Anything with a plunger is going to be good. But, all right. Have you ever seen this movie, Children of the Corn?
Yes.
Well, how long ago did you see it?
God, it was when it first... It was a Steven Spielberg movie, and it had that fucking ginger guy in it. And yeah, it was a while ago.
Stephen King, and it was like 1984. And please go on Netflix and watch that again. You will get so much joy out of watching how horrible this movie is. But there's just one part that I really want everybody out there to watch. And towards the end of the movie, they get to the big climactic scene where he who walks behind the rose is, coming out of the shadows. And you remember the little guy, the little preacher kid?
Yeah.
The one that goes, he wants you too, Malachi. That guy?
Uh-huh.
First of all, I looked it up. That guy's older than we are. He looked like he was 8 in 1984,
Uh-huh.
And he's older than me. He's like 56. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because it was funny. We started watching this, and Lisa's talking to our niece that was visiting, and she's a young, like 15-year-old girl, and they're both going, look at Old Face. That kid's got the oldest face I've ever seen. But there's a point where he gets crucified, and then he gets thrown off into the cornfield, and they presume that he's dead. And then Malachi takes over and starts being threatening to everybody. But at some point, the little kid comes back. and I wish I could remember his name. The little preacher kid comes back, and the way that he enters the frame is hilarious. It's like they cut to a shot where you see corn stalks, and he slides in from the side, and his hair is all sticking up everywhere, and there's like smoke coming off of him. And he looks ridiculous, and all I could think about was, and they're trying to be super serious and scary, and all I could think about was Daffy Duck. And I thought it would be so cool if he just slipped. I'm going to have to take that footage and put the sound effect in there, have him slide in the frame and just have him go, ah. Because it's what happens when any cartoon gets blown up. They just look at the screen and go,
I've had, like when I got electrocuted in Miami. Yep.
Oh shit, did I use that gag on you for the Miami? Yeah, I did. I said that.
Yes, you did.
Davin gets blown across the room and stands up.
I know that feeling well.
But I couldn't. All right, I didn't even remember that I said that about your getting blown up in Miami. But it's so stupid. Please, tonight when you're bored after you drink 9 Stellas, put that on, and if you can't stand it, go right to the end just to watch that kid, because that's hilarious.
Oh, I had that feeling when I had to get a plunger.
Yeah, let's go to the plunger. After the plunger, we'll talk about guns and truck drivers.
Okay. Yeah, because we're going to do that topic thing, right? Where we're going to jump back and forth between my topics and yours. You should give me a couple, and I should try to figure out what the hell you meant by them, and I should give you a few. But in Miami, or in Fort Lauderdale,
yes.
First of all, no fish.
Yeah, no fish.
That's our response from the last episode, no fish, because Jerry and I had this idea that people rent charter boats and go fishing all the time, but there's a water taxi that picked up right outside our hotel, so we figured,
we already explained this. It wasn't on the Burned Up episode. It was just on this one. That's how we got to Super Shuttle.
Yep. So no fish. That fucking hotel in Fort Lauderdale pissed me off. I had to call for a plunger once. First of all, I had to fight for a room that was the same room that you got normally just by walking in.
Yes.
And it took me 3 rooms to get to it. So
you went the long way around.
So I finally get a room with a king-size bed and a balcony. And the balcony is key because if you're a smoker, you want to go out on the balcony and smoke and not get charged for fucking smoking in your room and all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
So I've got some beers. I'm done with work. Ashley from the OMG, there's a girl on the show. Hadn't seen her since Texas State Fair. She was going to stop by with Jason and Eric and a couple other people from the auto show. And we're going to have a couple cocktails and go out partying.
The fun and funny Ashley Rose McEwen.
Exactly. Okay. So my toilet's backed up.
Oh, great.
I get a text that they're on their way. I'm like, oh my God. I can't, you can't have people in your room when your shitter's clogged.
No. Should we be asking you how it's clogged up?
It's clogged. Let's just say it's clogged.
Really? Because sometimes people might need to know, like, was it a loaf of bread or was it...
But to let the listeners know that when they bring a plunger up to your room, first of all, it's embarrassing as hell when you have to call down and ask for a plunger. And
right.
Thank God they sent a guy up with a plunger, not a girl.
You didn't want to just fist the toilet just so you didn't have to make that call?
Oh, there was no fist going in this toilet. It'd be different if it was clean water, but
or so even if it was just pee, maybe, and it was a problem. But then again, how could it clog? So you're right.
So I've got these guests coming to visit me in my room, and my toilet is filling to the rim and then slowly settling down. So, being a Hilton Diamond member, I call the special services line on the phone inside the room. No it's 9:30 at night. No fucking answer. So I call the concierge. No fucking answer.
Great.
So then I call the bell desk. No fucking answer.
Nobody lives
I'm
at
like,
this hotel.
So I pull out my Diamond card, call up the Diamond Special Services line. They give you that dedicated line for Diamond Preferred Guest.
Yeah.
So I had the girl crack it up. I said, I'm sorry, I'm staying at one of your hotels. Oh, well, which hotel? And, what's your Diamond number and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I need a plunger. She goes, okay, so let me get this straight. You don't need help with your reservation. You need a plunger. I said, yes.
Yeah. You're like some crazy guy.
And she's thinking, who's this guy? Is he on heroin? Is he fucking... I said,
right.
No, I've called the fucking everybody I can. Special services, bell desk, concierge. I even got on my cell phone, looked up the hotel phone number, called to see if I could get the front desk. Get nobody. I get the sales department. I get a voicemail. So I leave a voicemail message on some sales lady's number.
Yeah.
So she says, well, let me try calling the hotel directly. She gets on. She's on the line for 15 minutes, puts me on hold. I finally hang up on her. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. Nobody's working at this goddamn hotel. I call the valet. The valet picks up. I said, hey, is there a bellman near you? He goes, no, not right now, but what can I help you with? I said, I need a plunger. I've called the valet for a plunger. He goes, well, I'll get engineering to bring somebody out. So they
engineering,
yeah. Yeah, so this engineer guy shows up with a full fucking cart, like he's going to do plumbing, surgery. And he's got the plunger. And I said, I just need the plunger. Hand it to me. He goes, well, you want me to take care of it? I'm like, no, wait right there. I'll plunge it and hand it back to you. But it comes in this zip bag with this fucking door handle, like it's all secretive.
like it's a big... You know what it probably was? It was probably a Diamond Preferred Guest plunger.
So people don't know that it's a plunger. It's like this extra fucking golf club bag that you get that you can hang on your door when you're done with it.
You're thinking that maybe they hide the plunger so that it doesn't scare old people or something.
Embarrass you. So,
oh my God! Look, there's a plunger in the hallway. Let's go to a different hotel.
So the best part is I fucking finally plunge the toilet, hand the guy back the plunger. He leaves. Literally 2 minutes later, Ashley walks in, and she goes, "I need you to use your restroom."
Oh, good timing.
She goes right in the restroom, and I'm cracking up outside of the restroom, and she's going, "What are you laughing at?"
Oh.
It was like you couldn't have beat the timing. So then I get this message from the Diamond Preferred line saying, this is the next morning, and we can send an engineer up to take care of your plumbing problem. I'm like, this is like 12 hours later.
Right.
So I get the rate your room and your service at our hotel.
Yeah. Did you write down, I couldn't get a plunger, so I took a shit in the dresser drawer?
Oh, I fucking went off on these people. And they do the whole corporate, we're going to do the whatever. Thank you for providing feedback. So I'm just going to read the text messages. Here goes. Good morning. My sincerest apologies regarding not being able to contact anyone about your toilet. Yeah, because I couldn't fucking contact anybody either because they're all fucking out back getting high by the fucking pool or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right now I have an engineer scheduled to come to your room around 9 a.m. Well, too late. They already did because I called the valet and got the valet people to figure out who to send up with a plunger.
Yep.
If you would like it sooner, please text us and let me know back at your earliest convenience or whatever.
Yeah.
I said, so my response was, I'm all set now. I finally got a hold of someone last night. Tried the bell desk, guest services, and the concierge. No answer. They called the front desk from my cell phone. Once again, no answer. I had guests stopping by my room and backed up toilet. Not good. That's why I called the Diamond line. Thank you. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us for any further assistance. Well,
I think you were talking to a robot.
I tried to fucking reach out to you for further assistance. My toilet was backed up with shit.
That's terrible.
So I said, I tried that. Nobody answered. They text back, our apologies. We have reviewed this with the team. I could see this team meeting. This fucker needed a plunger and no one was answering the phone. What's the deal?
Yep. Who screwed up?
Yep. So anything, anytime, just text us directly. And I've got the lady's number, Nadine.
Oh, you got an actual person.
Yeah.
Cool.
So then the next message I get from Nadine is, good afternoon. Please rate your experience at the Hilton Fort Lauderdale Marina thus far. Please reply back with a 1 to 10, 10 being excellent. Thanks. I said 4. I'm sorry to hear about your poor experience. What could we have done to make sure your experience is excellent?
Give me a fucking plunger.
I ranted on this bitch. I called in advance to request a king with a balcony to guarantee a late check-in. They obviously gave my room away because my packages, which arrived before me, had a different room number on them, which took longer to get. 2 to 3 times you tried to get me the room that I requested. The first room had visible signs of mold in the bathroom as well as the walls and the roof of the balcony. The overspraying of coconut air freshener only masked the odor the first day. The toilet in my room backed up twice. Granted, the water pressure was low. On the second occasion, I had other guests visiting my room and tried the in-house, and I went through the whole fucking story again. And that's when I called the Diamond Line. Seems to me your hotel would rather cater to cruise ship passengers who are only spending a single night. As a 12-year Diamond member and 250 hotel a year traveler, I expect more. I do have top status with Marriott, SPG, and Hyatt, and will be pursuing other options in the future. And sign my name.
Yeah.
And then I got the typical, well, thank you for providing your feedback. I'm disheartened to hear that we failed to provide the service that you requested or deserved as a valued honors member. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Yeah.
Yes.
You could
treat me.
Go play a nice game of hide and go fuck yourself.
Right. You could do.
That's what you could do.
Are you in a Hilton now?
Mm-mm.
Oh, now you got to wait.
I'm at
wait till your next Hilton and see if they do anything special, which they probably won't.
Oh, they won't do shit. However, they did do something special for me at the airport. Last week's episode,
yeah,
we talked about how we feel so much safer with TSA and how it's all just a big scam. And we also talked about the airline security, having an air marshal on the flights and all that shit. Yeah. And you have this theory that the government is downloading all our episodes.
Oh, yeah, because there's always Washington, D.C., every single show. Yeah.
So I've traveled for 3 years now and never had the random search. Right after that episode aired, this is my next trip after that episode.
Yeah.
I got pre-selected. Oh, you've been pre-selected for a random search, Mr. Christensen. Oh, okay. So they searched me. And then subsequently, my bag got reselected to go through the scanner again for a second time.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that somebody listened to the show and flagged me and said, fucking make this guy miserable.
Maybe it was the NSA that listened in. And now, since you're mentioning it again, when you fly back from Austin, you're going to get screwed again.
Exactly. But your trick worked here.
Which one?
I'm staying at a JW Marriott, and I'm almost platinum for life with them. Mm-hmm. The trick you use where you tip the girl checking you in $20 to get you a better room. Yeah. I got my king size room. They don't have balconies here. Decent room. Everything's great. Come up to the room. There's no fridge. Go right back down to the girl that I just gave $20 to. I said, hey, is there any way you can send me up a complimentary fridge? Oh, sure, Mr. Christensen, right away. Would you like a microwave too? Like, nah, I don't need a microwave, but the fridge would be great. Fridge comes up, tip them $10. Tip the bellman another $5 for bringing up my luggage. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, now I'm out $35. What the fuck am I doing? I just got a regular king room, but it's a nice hotel and all. Right. This morning I wake up, there is an envelope underneath my door.
Eviction notice?
No, it says, Mr. Christensen, I'm so sorry for the leak you experienced in your room. If there's anything else we can do for you, please let me know. At your service, Cruise. And a $50 gift card to their restaurant bar. I'm like,
score.
There's no leak in my room. So I know the front desk girl was just like, I'll take care of this guy. This is a good guest. We'll take care of him.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to get you something on the sly. Unless, of course, Hilton called them and told them about your
my
restroom issues.
This guy's going to complain about the toilet.
That could be it. No, it couldn't be it. What the hell? You reminded me of something, and now I forgot what I was going to say.
So what else you got, brother?
I got a lot. Do you want me to tell you one of my show topic notes, and you can tell me what it means?
Yeah, let's try that.
We'll go away from bad customer service, and we'll go back to something else. This one just says, why the beeping and flashing tracking devices?
Beeping, flashing, and tracking devices. Are you referring to like when you go to a restaurant and they hand you one of those little things that vibrates when your table's ready?
No. You lose on that one. That one refers to something I noticed when I went and watched Batman versus Superman, The Rise of Justice, or whatever the hell it's called. Because at some point in this movie, they want to put a tracker on this guy's car, so they slap this tracker on the car, and it's got a flashing red light, and it goes beep, 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 and I'm like... And then I start to realize they do that in all TV shows and movies. Whenever they're putting a tracking device on someone's car, there's always a bright light on it. And half the time they make noise. And I'm like, what the fuck? If they're going to try and really track someone, they wouldn't say, here's a tracker right here. Look, it's flashing. You can even hear it. You know?
Oh, lovely.
Have you noticed that before in movies and stuff?
Oh, yeah, they do that all the time. That and you ever notice when they show the security cameras, they're always in black and white?
Yep, because that's the other problem I have, too. And I did this a long time ago on the show, but it's worth bringing up again. When you watch a movie that takes place in the future, and they're looking through, like, their special secret video goggles that are like binoculars and stuff like that, or anything that has to do with video that happens in a science fiction movie, is always the shittiest, grainiest looking video there is.
It's true.
So why, in the future,
Does it get
do they
worse?
have worse video than they have right now?
Uh-huh.
I can't figure that out. They're always making it look shitty. Like, the bomb that went off that made everybody into Mad Max must have affected all of the video, because there's not clear video in any movie. Like, I don't know. You just name a famous movie, Mockingjay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anytime they show a video screen, it's got resolution line. It's not even progressive scan anymore. It's just, it's stupid. It's terrible. All right, that was one.
Okay, you want me to give you one?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. New segment. First World Problems, brought to you by Jason Hauer and Tinder.
That leads me to believe that our good friend Jason Hauer, who apparently has much success on the dating apps, is complaining about the life that everybody would want.
No, we've come up with he's come up with first world problems, and I think it's a great topic because he was in Tibet, I think, this summer, and
yeah, it's not really a new first world problems has been going around for a couple of years online.
We come up, He comes up with some good ones, though. But he was in Tibet, and he was staying at some fancy hotel, and he looked out his window, and they had these giant vats of tanning bins, almost like hot tubs, wooden hot tubs, and this guy is wading in them. And what they're doing is they've got, like, the cow hides, and he's tanning these cow hides to sell in the market. And he's thinking... My life sucks. I'm sitting in a fucking 4-star hotel, and my view is this fucking guy 12 hours a day with dead carcasses dragging him through this dye, and the guy's standing in the dye. First world problems. So we were at we were sitting by the pool.
Yeah, his he doesn't have any problem. Jason's in a 4-star hotel, and that guy has to stand in dead carcass dye.
Yep. So it's funny. The first world problem we ran into at the Fort Lauderdale hotel. We're sitting by the pool, and every once in a while, the cabana that has the bar and everything, they come out with free smoothies.
Okay.
Well, the problem is the guy with the tray full of all the free smoothies decided to go counterclockwise today. and we were sitting to the left, so we had to go all the way around the pool. So we had to wait an extra 5 minutes for our free smoothie at the pool. And that was our first world problem.
It sure is, you picky bastard. Your whole show so far sounds like first world problems. You're telling us that you had to get a plunger in your diamond preferred hotel. Mm-hmm. All of that shit. But people don't realize, though.
But see,
and I'll say it again, that this is not fun traveling like this.
See,
and you get kicked in the balls all the time.
The thing with Jason is he's just so likable. He's just like this real quiet, soft-spoken, and he's like the dumb model type. You know, just plays stupid, but he knows what he's doing. Like, for instance, at the hotel, he's like, I know I don't have status and everything, but do you guys have, like, a breakfast? And they're like, well, we do have a continental breakfast. He goes, do they have eggs? Well, not with the continental breakfast. I would really like the breakfast that has eggs. I really like eggs. He's played like the Jedi mind trick on the guy. The guy goes, well, I can upgrade you to give you the voucher for the eggs so you can get the eggs. He's like, when I eat my eggs, I really like to eat my eggs with somebody. Any chance I could get 2 of those? Because when I eat my eggs, I want to eat my eggs with 2 people. Oh, sure, here you go. So he's got the 2 better level status than I get with being diamond and staying at these places forever, just because he plays it off as, oh, eggs would be fun, but eggs would be really fun if I had someone to eat them with.
Yeah. I should try and be stupid like that and see if I get anything good.
But it is almost like, it's like the Jedi mind trick. You just convince them.
You will give me eggs.
And I need to eat eggs with a guest.
With a friend. Use the egg force. I have a topic that's kind of like that. It's the title is Truck Drivers Should Be Way More Smarterer.
Repeat that?
Truck drivers should be way more smarterer.
Okay.
I know you can't figure out what I mean by that. But what I mean by that is that if you're stuck in that truck your entire life driving around, why aren't you getting textbooks on tape and learning a whole new career? Like, you could learn how to be a nuclear physicist or something while you're driving.
Multiple languages, all kinds of stuff you could learn.
None of those truck drivers do that. If I were a truck driver, I would be constantly listening to, informational. You can't just listen to music all the time. I think that's what they do.
Right.
But if they thought about it, you could get like a whole college degree. You could be the smartest man on earth because all you do is drive that thing by yourself. So why don't you just start studying while you drive?
That would make sense. I mean, you got plenty of time. But then again, think about us. We got plenty of time, and you're watching. What shows are you watching? Crime show fucking bullshit about husbands that have killed their wives.
No, and it's taught me something. It's actually taught me the first topic on my list.
Okay.
I'm such an expert at watching Dateline and 48 Hours and the first 48 and Forensic Files that I realized recently that I could save money on a brand new gun. I don't have to buy a new gun anymore. All I have to do is wait for a murder and then canvass the area, and I'll find one. Simple.
There you go.
Happens every time. All you got to do, you wait for someone to get shot, and then you go walk around the neighborhood, and you'll find a gun sitting by a dumpster. So.
Oh, Jerry.
All right, well,
So
it
you're
is
learning,
smart.
You're learning stuff.
I am.
Okay.
Lisa's trying to plan the perfect way to kill me. So.
And how's she going to do that?
I don't know. I'm just letting you know so that if anything happens to me, you know exactly where to look. That's all.
She did it. We just got married, and then I killed him.
Yeah, because now we have life insurance and all of that. So I have to worry for a couple of years now that she's not actually planning the perfect murder. So if anything weird happens to me, if I show up dead somewhere weird, make sure everybody knows where she was at the time too. Like some of the ones that I saw before, where people like secretly drive 3,000 miles, kill somebody, and drive back home. You know? She's going to show up. Oh shit, Lisa's here with a gun that she found from a murder scene that happened down the street.
Oh, okay, so I'm going to give you a topic, and you got to figure it out.
You're not paying any attention to me. Go ahead with your topic.
No, I'm still looking through. I'm trying to delete what I've talked about, what I haven't, and what I can't do.
Hey, you want to hear what I told the doctor? You like those stories?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. I have to go in to see the new doctor. The doctor I liked, that I followed from Garden City all the way out to Livonia, has now left that practice, went down river somewhere, and because of the way we travel, you can't really, you have to go back to the same doctor. Otherwise, it takes forever to do anything, and the medications are running out and all this shit. So I have to go meet the new doctor, Dr. Scott. And I go into the place, and I see a sign on the door that hasn't been there before. And it says, if you are more than 15 minutes late for your appointment, we will cancel your appointment. The doctor can decide to see you if he wants to, but you can be canceled for being more than 15 minutes late. And I'm early. And I'm like, well, that's weird. That's on the door. So I go in, I sit down. I was 15 minutes early. They put me in the room pretty quickly, like 10 minutes, and I'm in the room. So now I'm 5 minutes before the start of my appointment time. And I sit there, and I'm waiting. And my appointment time, 9:15 a.m., comes around, and that's fine because, you wait a little bit at the doctor's office. While I'm waiting, I read another sign that's on the door inside the room that says, if you cancel your appointment within 24 hours, we'll still charge you.
Okay.
All right. There's another one yelling at me, and I didn't do anything wrong. Next to that one, it says, if you are on your cell phone when the doctor comes in, he will go to the next patient. Like
this guy's got fucking rule. This guy's like a gremlin. Don't feed him at night. Don't feed him after midnight. All of a sudden, fuck him.
So I end up waiting 20 minutes past the time that I'm supposed to get. 9:15 now turns into 9:35. So then I'm getting mad because I already got yelled at by the doctor for being late and for canceling an appointment and for being on my cell phone. I'm already getting yelled at, so I'm like, what the fuck? I actually put my coat on and I go back out to the little payment area, and I get someone's attention and go, I want to make sure I'm not going to get charged for this appointment. And they're like, what? And I go, I've been waiting back there 20 minutes now, and I'm tired of waiting. And I want to make sure
my time is valuable.
Yeah, exactly. And I go, I want to make sure I'm not getting charged for this. And then I hear the doctor's voice yell from the other room, I'm reading your chart. And
here's where you have to bring in your list of rules.
Right. Well, we'll get to that. So then one of the nurse people says, yes, it'll just be a couple more minutes. I go, and I say it loud enough so the doctor who just yelled to me can hear it. I go, so does that mean when I turn around, if I go back into that little room, someone's going to come in there no later than 5 minutes from now. And then the doctor yells, yes, I'll be right in. So I go back to the room. The doctor comes in. He had to, of course, wait 2 minutes. And he comes in the room, and I go, I hope you understand my position here. And he goes, let's not get off on the wrong foot. I go, well, hold on a second. You got a sign on the front door telling me that I can't be 15 minutes late. You got a sign there saying I can't cancel an appointment. You got another sign saying that I can't use my cell phone while I'm waiting for you. And I've been waiting for 20 minutes. And he goes, sir, those signs aren't for you.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? He goes, those signs are for people who are consistently late, and some people want to talk on their phone and they won't get off the phone. They want me to wait for them. I go, well, listen, here's the problem. If you'd like people to be conscientious to you, you have to be conscientious to them. And I waited 20 minutes. Like that.
Right.
Well, I think I've ruined that doctor for myself.
Yeah, I would give up.
Yeah, because
give up on that.
He slid right into the whole let's just talk about your medical condition. And then he started telling me all of the new shit I was going to have to do. I need you to see a podiatrist. And I also need you to go to physical therapy. And I also need you to go to a ophthalmologist for your eyes. And he like rattled off $3,000 worth of shit right at me.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Right. So I feel like maybe he was doing that in retaliation.
He probably was. And I was at the doctor this week because in Fort Lauderdale, one of the days I got out of bed and I woke up to a Charlie horse. You know how those are?
Yes.
This one lasted, and I've got some big-ass fucking calves.
Do you? You got like Popeye calves?
They're like Brad Trent calls them, they're Renaissance Fair turkey leg calves. He would eat me first if we crashed in a plane, and had to live in the Andes like the soccer team.
Yes.
The muscle locked up.
Ouch.
And it locked up for 4 hours, would not release. And I was in excruciating pain, taking fucking a leave and shit like that, trying to get through it. So it finally releases. I think everything's okay. I'm limping a little bit the couple days. I get back home. Same thing. I'm still in pain. I'm like, what the fuck? And it feels like a golf ball. Every once in a while, like a golf ball was hit at 300 miles an hour and it hit you in the back of the calf. Right. It's just a quick hit of pain like you got shot, and then it goes away. Then it moved up to my calf. From my calf to my hamstring. But Saturday morning, after you got married, or when you got married, I got out of bed and my toes were numb. Huh. And my whole bottom of my foot was numb. So I'm like, something ain't right. So I go to urgent care because it's Saturday. Yeah. They're concerned that I've got a blood clot. So they send me to ER. So I have to go to Beaumont ER. Parking lot is absolutely packed. So it's busy as shit. So they wheel me back in the room. And when you're in the ER, they put you... When they finally get you back there, it took 6 hours in the ER. Wow. They put you in a bed and they wrapped this curtain around, and they were going to do an ultrasound to make sure I didn't have a blood clot. But you can hear all the people around you and their ailments and their issues. And I've got this lady that's just moaning. She's, I'm so sick. And the doctor. so they're asking people the pain and shit like that. And I'm waiting. And the lady that comes in next to me, she's having leg problems, but she's also had spinal surgery. She's had hip replacement, all this other stuff. And I could tell from her voice that she's older. And the husband goes, hey, hon, guess what time it is? And she goes, what? It's 1640.
1640.
Or 1620. Yeah. So it's 420. So then I'm like, do I smell something? She pulled out a vape pen and started smoking weed next to me. in the emergency room,
Nice.
and no one's saying a goddamn word.
Well, it's legal in Michigan for medicinal purposes.
But
You had two old hippies sitting next to you behind the curtain.
I'm like, so when they finally wheeled me out to take me out for the ultrasound, I looked in and the lady was like 74 years old and she's smoking. I'm like, now I know it's a real thing in Michigan.
She's like,
that's happening.
She's like, oh, Norman, let me hit that spliff.
But they did give me the bonus ultrasound.
How's that?
Because she checked my groin too with the little ultrasound thing. So she put the warm, greasy stuff on and then ran the fucking rod all the way up.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
I'm like, oh wow, this is cool.
Did she scream? Did she scream? It's a boy.
I didn't even have to tip her.
You got a nice little rub and tug.
It helps out.
Wait a minute. Which
So anyway,
wait. Which hospital was that again?
It was Beaumont.
Oh, okay.
So thank you, Elizabeth Beaumont. I just want to let you know that maybe I'm available.
Let's see. Davin's
Just
rub and tug.
Like the podcast, come on by. So luckily, I don't have a blood clot. It's a pinched nerve, and they gave me Vicodin and Valium and steroids, and I have just been the most mellow person all week.
Nice. I you know what? I'll let the cat out of the bag that I saw you 2 days after at the shop.
Yeah.
And you looked like a zombie. It was great.
The funny part was all my emails that day, I just decided not to put vowels in any of my emails.
Just to make yourself happy?
I was just typing and letting spell check fix everything. I didn't care.
Well, I would ask you a question and I'd get an answer 4 minutes later or something. It's hilarious. Mm-hmm. But the way you were walking, because you had the limp from the issue, mm-hmm. but it was also like you were swimming through a fog.
Exactly.
Like you were walking through maple syrup. So it was like, it was terrible.
It's actually I'm enjoying it.
Well, how do you not enjoy pharmaceutical drugs?
It's like being on vacation.
A vacation in your mind.
I had so many plans when I was home for that 1 week to do stuff around the house, and I sat and I watched TV.
You should have watched Children of the Corn.
I should have. It's on Netflix.
All right. Justin Bieber is naked again.
Again?
Yeah, this whole thing started because Justin Bieber, they had a picture of him with his dick out, and then he started taking pictures where he was like standing with his back to the camera with his ass out. There was like one on a boat, and then this week he comes out with one on a beach. So you see a little naked Justin Bieber standing on a beach. The funny thing is that the picture...
There's funny something about Justin Bieber's ass.
Yes. The picture, the naked pictures that he's putting online are taken by his dude friend. Can you imagine the conversation? Dude, I'm going to get another picture of my ass. Can you take a picture of my ass for me?
Tweet it.
I love you, man. No,
Instagram
it's not weird at all. Just take a picture of my ass. That guy's an asshole.
His monkey's still in Germany, isn't it? Didn't he go on tour with his monkey and they wouldn't let him leave the country with it?
Oh, he had a monkey too, like Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Fucker.
All I know is that guy ruined a whole generation of boys with that haircut.
Oh, the Bieber haircut is wrong.
Yeah.
I had a guy on my crew today that looked like a young Bruno Mars. I thought I needed to send in a rescue crew. I'm putting in one of those undercar sound systems.
Yeah.
And the mic doesn't have batteries. I said, go back to GMC. In the drawer, I need 2 AA batteries.
Yeah.
I send him. 10 minutes later, he's still not back. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like sending somebody to a gauntlet. So I send another guy. He's like, well, you sent the wrong guy. You should have sent me. I'll go get it.
Yeah.
Send him to go get batteries. No sign of him. I had my entire crew were for Austin.
Yeah.
Were wanderers. Normally we get the different groups. I had all fucking wanderers. I couldn't find them all day long. It was ridiculous.
You're being stacked up with hot minutes is what was going on.
Yep.
Just gone for a hot minute.
I'm like, where the hell did they go? Oh, they went over to GMC. Why? We're working in Chevy. You know?
Everybody's looking for batteries. They're all wandering around. I had a dumb old man joke that was related to Justin Bieber's haircut.
Okay.
My nephew, I saw him on the weekend. We were watching movies. I like to mess with kids when they come over and visit because it's so much fun. Like, I had him clapping at the TV. I told him that we had to clap when something good happened on the TV. We were watching Deadliest Catch, and I'm having him clap with me like, hey, good haul, good catch. You know, so he's like getting into it because it's so stupid, and nobody does stupid shit with him. But he's got the Bieber haircut, and it's terrible. Still got the Bieber haircut, and I hate it. And I said, well, what are you going to do today? And he said, well, my dad's going to cut my hair. And I go, does he know where the bowls are at? Come on, that's a great old man joke.
Oh, at least he has hair.
Yeah, that's what everybody keeps telling me. Like, are you going to make fun of his hair? Yes, I'm going to make fun of that haircut. It's ridiculous. But
I got a
at least he
you.
clapped at Gold Rush with me.
Okay, so you and I are both bald.
True.
Do people ever rub your head?
Yes.
It's got to be the equivalent of walking up to a pregnant woman and touching her belly.
Yeah, you got to just get past that. I've been bald for a very long time. Since the 90s, I was shaving my head. It was me and Michael Jordan and Bruce Willis were the only ones who did it. And so the head rubbing started There's a lot less of it now than there used to be because it used to be not as you didn't see it all the time. So it was bouncers and basketball players. That's it. So I just gave up on it and just go, whatever. And if you want to rub it when it's all sweaty from work, go ahead. Give it a shot. It'll be the last time you do it. Maybe you should.
Don't touch me.
Maybe you should mount some spikes on your head so that they stop doing it.
Hey, I got another question for you.
Wait, you're
Here's
leaving this
topics.
one too fast. I said mount. See, this is how this. I'll show you how it works. I say maybe you should mount some spikes on your head to stop them from doing, and then you say, yeah, like the things they put on the buildings to keep the pigeons from landing, right?
Or the skateboarders from skateboarding on the rails.
Yeah. See, we could have went somewhere with that. Instead, you like to shoot out. You're doing exactly what Ashley was talking about. Somebody shoots out a topic, you ignore it and go on to what you wanted to talk about next.
That's true. At least I'm not an arrogant ass.
Which is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing my condescending, arrogant prick act.
Cool.
See? You're not even paying attention to that. Right now, you're reading your next topic, right?
I am. You knew I was.
Fucking ADD. You're crazy. You're supposed to be on Valium. You should be totally interested in everything.
I am. I was actually very interested in investing in a cuticle oil well.
A cuticle oil well?
Yeah, if they make cuticle oil, they got to have wells. So I figured that must be a good investment.
You are on pills right now. Cuticle oil. Why don't you tell me why I have a topic that just says 5 guys wait?
5 guys wait. What would 5 guys wait be?
And I only say this because this is our favorite road restaurant, 5 Guys.
Well, 5 Guys.
They have
wait.
a new app, or they have an app.
Okay.
But the new thing on the app is that you can order ahead for your stuff. So, Lisa and I went out to look for some lawn furniture or backyard chairs or whatever the hell it is, and I was near it, so I placed the order, and 15 minutes later, I show up, and they start making the order when I show up.
So what's the fucking point?
Exactly. It's so stupid. They try and fool you by saying, on the app, it says, we're going to wait and do the fries when you get there so that they'll be fresh. So they're telling you they're going to do the burgers, but they'll do the fries. And you know that their fries are already made anyway, so they're going to load the fries in when you get there. But no, those fuckers, I showed up and they just plopped the pat as soon as they saw me. And first they called me Gerard. Are you Gerard?
Okay.
And then they flip the patties on there and start cooking them. Like, that's not what that app means. I did this. It's now been 20 minutes since I placed the order. I should be able to pick the thing up, not start waiting. Fuckers.
I got one for you that relates to that. How about Outback and their call ahead seating? It's called a fucking reservation, motherfuckers.
I don't actually know about that. They're trying to push that they can a reservation service. Yeah,
it's call ahead seating. It's like, why are you trying to change it? It's a fucking reservation. If I want to sit at 7, do you have a table ready for me?
How do they express it to you? What are they?
I have no fucking clue. I don't eat at Outback. Fuck them.
What a great ending to the show. Bring up a topic. You're asked a question about it. You got no clue. You don't eat there.
No clue, but call ahead seating just sounds stupid.
It is stupid. And we've been doing this for an hour now. How do you like that?
We actually, a little longer episode than we normally do, but then again, we missed last week.
Yeah.
So, I did have a new invention for you, by the way.
You want to save it for the next show?
Sure.
You could tease it. You could tell us a little bit of teasing about what we're in store for.
It's an invention for kids who can't sleep because they're afraid of monsters.
Okay, that sounds good. Monster Kid invention will be on next week's episode of the You Name It Show.
You guys, thank you for putting up with our shit.
Yes. Thanks a lot, and sorry about the last week.
Sorry we're cheesy.
Very cheesy these days. Blocks of cheese. Anyway, share it with everybody and enjoy it, and just leave us the fuck alone. And enjoy the show. That's all.
Guys, if this episode airs on Friday, we're also doing the animal bar crawl in Austin. So get a hold of me if you're in Austin, Texas, and we'll have you join us. We all dress up like animals, and we go up 6th Street and hit every bar that has an animal in the name. There's like 14 of them, and we get a drink from every bar. And it should be fun. We contacted Chive, so it might be on the Chive.
Cool.
And we'll post photos on Facebook, and
throw some on the You Name It page. You know what else we should link to the You Name It page? We should link to the donation page for our guest Elliot Branch. Because there's a donation service because he's sick and would need our help. So let's throw that on there underneath the episode in case anybody can help out, because he's a great guy, very funny.
He's been on the show before.
Yeah, just one of the better people that you'll ever meet in your life. Unlike me, I'm a arrogant, condescending prick. And
but if you were battling cancer, I might give you some money too.
You would not. That's all there is to it. You just wouldn't. You'd punch me in the You'd punch me in the balls and say, "How's that feel? Does that make the cancer feel any better if I punch you in the balls? Take your mind off of it."
There you go. And we got to call Mark Nope next week because he's got a show coming up that he's trying to promote and get people to go out to. That's coming up at the end of the month. So we'll maybe link his page to our page and get him on the phone and talk about what kind of comedy show he's going to do.
Yeah, funny guy. So, great show. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Jerry, have a good one, brother. I will see you when I'm back in town.
Me too.
Talk to you.
Say it.
Papa Wheelie.
All right. See you, everybody.
Later.